Brother, I've got my drug reel going, so that means it's time to talk about Doomsday. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Well, guys, December 17th has been hailed by the almighty Chalamet as Doomsday. We are getting Dune Part 3. We're getting Avengers Doomsday, both released on the same day, and we're pretty hype about it. Brother, where is your hype meter for Doomsday? How are you feeling about this?
I will say this. I've already bought tickets for two different times on the 17th for Dune and two different times for Avengers Doomsday. I have four showings booked for December 17th opening weekend.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I'm locked in. I'm ready. I have no idea which of those shows I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to go to all four. I'm probably going to go to two, one of each, but I'm leaving my options open. Fortunately, I don't live in a big city, so it's pretty easy for me to find seats relative to the people in like LA, where people are reselling them for like $1,000.
Oh my goodness,
Not
yeah.
dealing with that over here. I've already spent over $100 on this day, so I'm hyped.
All right. So one is the end of a franchise, Dune 3, and the other kind of feels like a rebirth. Like for the MCU, like it feels like a fresh start. Like we're getting to see a ton of these heroes who we haven't seen in years. It's been 7 years since the last Avengers movie. Which concept excites you more? The potential of a strong kind of new beginning or the concept of a strong ending? What do you think?
Here's my thinking. I think Dune 3 is going to be a better movie. But in my head, I feel like I want to watch Dune 3 first and then Avengers Doomsday second. And so the reason I'm feeling that way is because I think Dune 3, I don't know the books, I don't know the story, but I kind of do know the story. I mean, if you're on the internet. And so I don't know if it's going to have the most triumphant ending, which is okay. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to have a good ending, so to speak. Like it doesn't have to have everyone's happy. Like I don't care about that. But I do think Avengers Doomsday might be a little bit more hype for me, even though I think Dune 3 is going to be a much better movie. So I almost want to like save the hype movie for second in
I
my
see what you
head.
mean.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of my thinking when I'm going into the day. And also I think I've got it planned properly here. I'm gonna go see Dune. I'm gonna walk out of the theater during the credits and walk straight into the next movie, and it's gonna start like 10 minutes later.
There you
That's
go.
that's the plan here. So hopefully it's
What
executed.
about what about the popcorn refill?
Might
What
have to
about
do
the
that.
the Mountain Dew refill?
That's what you get the large for.
Which just look at these objectively, because in a second we're gonna kind of talk about each movie a little bit individually, but overall, just looking at these movies, which one do you feel like has the better trailer slash marketing right now? Just where we're sitting in August, like which one do you feel like has the better presence? Not, I know you're more excited for Dune, but just looking at it objectively, what do you feel like? Where do you feel like the strengths are with these?
I mean, marketing wise, I think Dune has me much more hyped. I'm more excited for the movie, but like Dune, both of the main trailers that have come out, I've rewatched multiple times, like over and over
Mm.
again, because the music, the score, the chanting, the visuals, and just everything about it is just really hooks me. And then the Avengers Doomsday trailers, I've watched each of them once, and that's it. The second trailer is better than the first one.
The one that just came out at D23.
Yes, like that one is
100% agree.
significantly better.
100% agree. Yeah.
But
We
the
had some conversations. I think we just made a short about just some of our thoughts on the initial trailer. And both of us were whelmed. We weren't really overwhelmed. We weren't underwhelmed. It was just like, it was basic. It felt vanilla. This second one, yeah, it worked a lot more for me. I felt a lot more with it. It got me excited about like the individual scenes. I did watch it multiple times because I was like, oh, this looks cool. Like it got my excitement up. And again, part of that might be coming from Brand New Day and just kind of how solid of a movie was. That kind of made me remember what a good Marvel movie is like. But also, yeah, I think they've had some both had some great trailers. Okay, last question before we get into talking about these movies. Hypothetical. What franchise combinations do you think would get you more excited than a Marvel Dune combo? Like, if you could combine two franchises that were both releasing a movie on the same day, which combos do you think would get you the most excited?
I don't know if there would be one, honestly.
Okay.
But in terms of like movies I know that are coming at some point, I'm extremely excited for the Mistborn movie. So if they
Oh,
combined that, maybe with like the Batman Part 3 or something. Like, I don't know, something like that would get me really hyped. But
Beyond the Spider-Verse paired with Mistborn.
yes, like something like that would get me more hyped than this because I think those two would both be better than Doomsday. And I think Dune would be better than all three of those other ones. So it kind of, the two in the middle would win out over the ones on opposite ends. So, but really, this is about the best it could be for me in terms of
Honestly,
combining two movies at once.
I think for me, the only ones that I think could combine to like get me more hype than this would be like if Supergirl would have come out on the same day as Other Mommy. I think together those would have been like a cinematic achievement that we haven't reached as a culture. So let's get into this. Dune 3 thoughts. Dune 3 thoughts. Now, you haven't read Dune Messiah. So what are some of your expectations going into this movie specifically?
Well, I mean, expectation wise, it seems like it's really diving into the fact that Paul is the tyrannical conqueror of the galaxy. And it's really leaning into him more as the villain main character of the story. I'm very interested in some of the stuff with Florence Pugh's character and Robert Pattinson's character. I don't know the character names. I just know the actors. So, and whatever that weird thing it keeps showing, like floating sarcophagus looking thing, and then they're talking like they have some like sort of special assassin who's gonna like try and kill Paul. I don't really know what's going on there. So, but my anticipation is that this one is going to blow me away visually. And then I'm very interested in the story because every single person says that the books that this one's adapting are worse than Dune. So I'm interested to see what that means for the movie. Because they said they're adapting two books, right?
I think it's just supposed to be Messiah.
Okay, I didn't know. Wasn't they doing Children of Dune? Or not at all?
Children of Dune is like 70 years after Messiah, so I don't think so.
Okay, anyway.
There could be some elements of it, but I don't think they're touching it.
Yeah. I'm interested also in the fact this is the shortest movie of the trilogy. Not significantly, but it's like 20 minutes shorter than Dune 1. So, I don't know. I mean, none of that is a negative to me in terms of runtime. Like, if it's good, it's good. Cool. I don't really care. But I'm intrigued with where the story is going. And one thing I find interesting is the fact that with how much Denis Villeneuve changed, not drastically, but he did change things from the original book, I think even book readers are kind of left a little bit guessing with what this movie is going to do. And so I think that's fun also.
I agree. So looking at characters, Dune, both movies have had and introduced great characters. Are there like two or three who you're really excited to see kind of what happens with them in this movie, or like maybe actors specifically, like Robert Pattinson's new to the show? Are you kind of, do you have a few that you're kind of most excited to see kind of what goes on with them or what happens?
At this point, the trailers have surprised me in that I'm kind of potentially the most interested in what Florence Pugh is doing in this movie, mainly because it looks like she's kind of playing both sides, and I don't know how that's going to turn out in the movie, but it looks like Paul is like kind of the evil emperor, and then there's like the rebellion faction against him who are trying to overthrow him, and she's kind of playing both sides, and I think that looks like it's going to be really interesting in the movie. So I think she could be a really great character. Paul, obviously amazing, so I'm very excited to see where that goes.
Paul with the buzz cut. I mean, come on. Stepping up his game.
I'm very curious if Javier Bardem's character...
Stilgar,
thank you. I'm very curious to see how his unwavering faith looks in this movie. If it continues, if it changes. I'm very interested in that as well.
Yep, I hear you. I am excited about Robert Pattinson. He's a great actor. So I'm excited what he brings. Lady Jessica, actress's name.
Rebecca Ferguson.
Cool. Rebecca Ferguson. She has been fantastic in both movies. So I'm excited to see her in this one. Who else am I? Oh, Jason Momoa. I mean, we see in the trailer, Jason Momoa is back. He's always a lot of fun just on screen. So I'm excited to see what they do with his character in this one. All right, here's the real question. What would this movie have to do or have to get wrong to be a bad movie for you? Or maybe put this otherwise, what would it have to do to be worse than the other two?
I mean, at this point, I think you can almost guarantee that the visuals are going to be masterpiece. The music and the score and the sound design is going to be a masterpiece. The acting is going to be a masterpiece. The setting, the visual effects and practical effects are going to be a masterpiece. And so really the only thing that can drop the ball here, in my opinion, and what I can see, is the story. I think that's the only thing that can possibly drop the ball. And so if the story is weak or mid, that's the only way I can see this movie disappointing me. So, I mean, I have zero reason to doubt that. I've never seen a bad Denis Villeneuve movie, and it's the same group coming back to do this. So originally he was planning to do something else before this movie, and he was so locked in on Dune. He was like, no, forget that. I want to finish Dune. Because he was going to do like the Christopher Nolan, Batman Begins, Prestige, Dark Knight, Inception, Dark Knight Rises, like mix in other movies. But then he was like, no, I want to finish it.
Gotta do it.
The fact that he has that passion makes me think and trust, I think it's going to be good. Also, did you know they changed the cinematographer in the movies? This is a different guy.
Yeah. Yes, I heard that.
Did we talk about that before? I don't remember if we did. Yeah, it's the guy who did La La Land. And
I'm not complaining.
Because the guy who did the first two, he did Project Hail Mary this year.
Oh.
That's what he went to.
Okay, maybe I am complaining. Oh, that was good. That was good. Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a fascinating side of it as well.
100%. Okay, let's transition thoughts over to Avengers Doomsday. Where are you at with Marvel right now? Just if someone didn't catch our brand new day, you should go check it out. Our brand new day video or things like that. Where are you at with Marvel right now?
They're on a hot streak. 3 in a row that are good or better. I think Fantastic Four is the weakest of the last 3, and it's still a very good movie. And Thunderbolts and Brand New Day have been just on fire. So I'm in a good spot.
Yeah.
I mean, just because one movie is good doesn't mean the other movie is good, but it gives me more hope.
So there's a lot of multiverse teases with this movie. How do you feel about like the multiverse as a concept? Like this is, I don't want to call it a gimmick, but this is something that Marvel has used basically since, not basically, I think since Endgame. I mean, almost every project has had some kind of multiversal element, starting with Loki. So do you feel like, it's a worthy storyline? Do you feel like there's something like that? Or do you feel like it's just however the movie decides to handle it will depend on how you feel about it?
Secret Wars next year needs to end the multiverse trend. It has run its course. It's in some ways lowered the stakes of events. It feels like characters are never dead, except Black Widow apparently, but everyone else is never dead. And so they're bringing back Wolverine after he had the perfect finale in Logan. And I know it's a different Wolverine, but it's Hugh Jackman, and he's playing the character the exact same. Like, it's not just stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I enjoy seeing all the Spider-Men together. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy seeing the X-Men, the original X-Men come back. But like, it's time to wrap it up. Like, let's do something else. I know it happens all the time in the comics, but the comics can do a lot of things that movies can't do. And that's okay. Let's end it with Secret Wars. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be cool. I've heard a lot of rumors about what this movie is going to do with it, and I try to avoid those rumors, but if they're true, they're cool. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I don't doubt for a second it's going to be cool. Like, I'm going to be just as hype as everyone else in that theater. And like, listen, if they take the route that Spider-Man No Way Home did with incorporating the multiverse characters, I think it's going to be phenomenal, because those weren't cameos. They were integral to the story. Toby and Andrew were like characters. They didn't just roll up for whatever. Like, they were characters. The villains were all really well done. And so I think if they take that same approach with the heroes and villains that are going to be in this one, then I think I'll be pretty satisfied. If it does feel like just a cameo, like someone's pop up, like if they're a minor character, I get it. If they just like are shown on screen for a minute and then that's it. But man, I would love it if they just juggled that well. Again, I know No Way Home had 60 less characters in it. I think it's doable. I think based on what the Russo brothers did with Infinity War and Endgame, where you saw how well they handled these dynamics, you saw how well they incorporated all these different teams, I think they'll be able to do that just as effectively here. I just hope that they didn't lose their spark in that 7-year gap between directing movies. But I think they're going to be pretty on point. Which heroes are you kind of most excited to see back in action? Is there anyone specifically you're like, I'm ready for this?
First, I want to say one that I have had zero emotion about, which hurts me. Captain America. I don't care. The scene in the trailer where like the hammer flies to him from Thor, I felt nothing. I was like, cool. We saw this in the last Avengers movie. Who cares? We already knew Captain America was back in the other trailer. Like it did nothing. Anyway, who I'm excited for. James Marsden Cyclops.
Hey.
Ever since the show Jury Duty, I am a James Marsden fan. He was the best part of that show, and ever since then, I am on board with him as an actor. He was done dirty in the originals, and I hope he's not done dirty again. It'd be kind of funny if he was, though.
It
to
would
be
be
honest,
kind of funny
like
if he was.
I would laugh honestly if he's dead within the first like 2 or 3 minutes. I will laugh, but
That scene that it shows in the trailer where he's like screaming, that's probably it.
He could die like right at the beginning, but I'm excited for hopefully him to have like somewhat of a redemption here because he's a great actor. I miss Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy though.
Yeah, they were great. I would love to see them in this one. As long as they're doing multiverse stuff, bring them in. Yeah, I mean, you've got really unlimited. At this point, Marvel has unlimited resources. Disney's going to put so much. I mean, they have put so much money into this thing. Like, there's no one out of reach. Just do it. You know, just bring them in. Like, if this, because I'm with you, I want this to be the last multiverse saga events. And it's like, make them the biggest events and then, again, transition back into low stakes and build up from there. Okay. Which pairing / combo? We talked in Spider-Man how like Spider-Man and Bernthal's Punisher were like the top duo in the MCU. Who are some other like duos or pair-ups you would be excited to see with the roster that we have?
I feel like I want to see John Walker just with any of the X-Men. That just feels like completely wrong to me. Give me John Walker and
Marsden.
Give me those two. Like first off, John Walker, I will defend him all day. Best part of Falcon and Winter Soldier, by far. Why were the main characters of that show so boring? Why did they make the quasi-villain / anti-hero more interesting than the main characters? I don't know. But I want to see John Walker with somebody, and I think that'd be fun.
I think they're going to do a scene with him, Cap, and Sam, all in the same, with the shields and the outfit and everything like that. I think we could see something like that. Anyone else kind of jump into mind?
I mean, I can see a smart guys team up, like Mr. Fantastic, Doctor Strange, and maybe Bruce Banner if he's in this movie. I don't know. Brand New Day. Who knows? But like, I think that we'll get like a team up of all the smart people. That'll be fun. But like for the most part, the Fantastic Four, it seems like they're going to be kind of teaming up with like the Wakandans. I don't know. That does nothing for me. Except for Namor. I'm excited for Namor because if they kind of do what they did in the comics with Namor and Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic, that would be a dynamic Marvel has never done before. So I would be interested if they actually did that, but it doesn't do much for me. I think it'll be fun, but...
Are you excited for like the all-girls team up in this one? So my next question, is there anyone you kind of wish they would have left in the dugout for this one? Like, they did the whole chair reveal and everything like that. They've got a lot of people here. Is there anyone you're like, I just feel like you're crowding the space? Or do you feel like they've got a pretty solid crew?
Not really. I don't know if the new Falcon is going to be in this movie. The one from Brave New World, Sam's like sidekick dude.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, I don't care about him one bit. Take all of his screen time and give it to James Marsden. Also, I forgot to mention...
We are Marsden glazing so much now.
I am so excited for Shang-Chi and Gambit. I think that'll be a fun combo also.
Okay. Let's give it Shang-Chi. I'm excited to see him again. His movie was fantastic. Mm-hmm. It was so long ago that like I wish we would have had a Shang-Chi 2 at this point, or at least had him in some other movies. But like, getting to see him on screen again, I'm excited for that. I think he's going to do really well. I'm looking forward to his character. I really enjoyed Shang-Chi, but
honestly, I'm excited to see him paired with anybody. Him with the Fantastic Four would be fun. Him with the Wakandans would be fun. Him with the Thunderbolts would be fun. Really, the only one I don't care about is him with Sam's Avengers. Sam's Avengers, I don't care about any of those guys. They're the most boring group in this team up. I'm doing a lot of hating in this video. I'm sorry.
You are doing a lot
I'm doing a lot of hating.
But... Let me do a little loving then. Okay. I think the team genuinely I'm most excited about is the Thunderbolts. That shouldn't be the case. That movie, I don't know what it did. It didn't make money, but it made me love them. Yelena and John Walker, Red Guardian. I feel like they're going to be the glue to this movie. I don't think they're, aside from Yelena, she's going to get tons of spotlight. But the other ones, I don't think aren't going to get very many spotlight. They're going to be like the Guardians in Infinity War, where they're, aside from Nebula, they're all going to be, just side pieces basically. And so that's I feel like that's going to be the vibe with this, except Yelena is going to be a main character and the rest are kind of going to be background. But I am excited for all of them.
Me too. Take all my hating out of this. The only characters in this movie I don't really care about at all is the new Falcon. Everyone else I'm excited for.
Is he confirmed for this movie?
I have no idea. I think he
Okay.
is. He's part of the Sam's Avengers, which is, I think, just Sam, Falcon, and Shang-Chi. Like, I don't even know who else is in the group.
Was Wong? He was doing all the recruiting in phase whatever
Maybe?
we're on.
I don't know. Doctor Strange kind of seems like Thor. Like, he's kind of just like a free agent, He's not really a group member. Because, I mean, even in the Avengers, he was never an Avenger. Like, Infinity War and Endgame, he was just kind of there with them. Like, he was never an Avenger.
Seems like he's a villain in this one. Just based on the D23 like costume reveals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
haven't seen anything about it, but I just saw the Triclops design and I'm like, doesn't Doctor Strange have a third eye? So who knows?
The one I forgot to mention, Loki. I am extremely excited to see Loki.
Oh, I didn't know where you were going with that.
I am extremely excited. You could pair him with the new Falcon and I'll be excited. I want to see Loki so bad. Bring in his amazing theme music. Give him an awesome intro. The villain of the first Avengers movie comes in to save the day in the new Avengers movie. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe
excited.
James Spader rolls up with Thanos and they start whooping. Maybe. Okay. Will this be the greatest Avengers movie?
No.
What would it take for it to be the best? What do you think?
It can't be. I don't think it can be. I don't think it has enough to be the greatest Avengers movie. I think it could be the second best. I think Infinity War is the best, by the way.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Infinity War was 10 years of amazingness. This movie is 5 years of And so even if it's as good as Infinity War on a movie level, it won't be as good on like an emotional level or as an audience member, because it can't be. I don't think this movie can be the best Avengers movie, but I think it could set up Secret Wars to be. Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, that's just the fact.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a conversation to have when it's over. Is like,
yeah,
where did it match up? Not just in a ranking, but like, yeah, you're right. I mean, the other ones had. I mean, every movie played into what was going on. Did you see the list that Marvel released of like must see before this?
I didn't read it, but I saw that they released it. I don't know what's on it.
It's pretty scattershot. Like they left off 24 projects that they've done. I can't believe it. They left out Moon Knight. Anyway, good show. I enjoyed it. I think we'll just have to see. Okay, brother, let's do some closing remarks. Brother, I think I know your answer, but if you could only see one on opening day, what would it be?
Dune. Part 3.
Is that a display?
Yes. Not sponsored, but we'll take their sponsorship. Part 3. What about you?
I don't know. It's the story versus the hype for me. Right now,
that's what I'm
feeling
saying.
The hype.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the hype more for Avengers right now than I am for Dune. But like you said at the beginning, I'm more confident Dune is going to be like a more cohesive, more fleshed out story. But like I just on an excitement level, I'm getting excited for the events that is going to be Doomsday. And so I think Doomsday, if I had to see one day of, if I had to just see one, I'm planning to see both. I've already got my Dune tickets. I don't have my Doomsday tickets, but I think if I had to pick one, that's what I would do. But that's not out of dislike for Dune at all. Like I'm hyped for this. Final thoughts? Anything you're kind of for this Doomsday discussion?
I already asked for the day off. I can't wait. It's going to be great.
America is going to like collectively be sick that day. I think it's going to be fun. I'm glad they're doing it as like a team up day. I think that's fun. We've had a few in the past couple of years that have done like that style of marketing. I know big movies come out together all the time, but like it's fun that it's kind of culturally we're making it an event. And so I'm looking forward to it. Guys, question for you in the comments. Where's your anticipation at for Doomsday? Which movie, if you had to only see one day of, which one would it be? Let us know just kind of where you're at and how you're feeling about this hype day, December 17th. Here we go. But like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Check it out. We've got a bunch of other videos about this. We've got giant Marvel rankings that we're going to be doing once a month leading up. We've got phase 1 out right now. Phase 2's coming out soon. And obviously, we love Dune a ton. So hang local, and you're going to see some more stuff about that too. Brother, anything else you want to add?
I do want to add this.